The things you excuse in month 1 are often the things you'll be crying about in year 2.
Early dating stages is actually where relationship culture is instilled. But that is also where people drop their standards and soften their boundaries out of fear of being difficult.
That's why I think it's so important at the beginning of the relationship. Actually, from day 1, you need to determine what am I going to tolerate, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Because what you allow now is going to have an influence on you later. And the longer you leave it, the more difficult it basically becomes to change it.
You know what that makes me think of? Those one-way traffic spikes. You know, those things that you get in parking lots?
Yeah.
That if you drive, when the green light goes on and you drive over it, when those spikes pop up at the back, you can't reverse. You can't, you're going to blow your tires there. It's so if you've gone down this road with this person, allowing things, tolerating things that you actually don't want, it's very hard to backtrack and now try and set a different standard. It's nearly impossible. You can, but it's not so easy. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The red flags that people complain about in year 3 are the same red flags that they explained away in month 3. That's the reality.
So yes, most definitely. The behavior you tolerate in the beginning is what the relationship becomes. Behavior includes various aspects of the relationship. It includes communication, it includes respect, it includes boundaries. Because what you allow in the beginning will have an impact later in the relationship. Because now that becomes the norm, the mold you set for the relationship. And then you're going to live the consequences of those choices.
And the small things early on becomes the big things later on. And people don't address those patterns and things that they don't really want early on because they don't want to be difficult. They don't want to be perceived as too much, or the chemistry is too strong and too exciting that they're almost blinded by it. And unknowingly, they set the stage for the next 2, 3, 4 years.
So in reality, honesty is a gift in the beginning of a relationship because it actually reveals what you allow and what you do not allow. It's not actually about being difficult. It's about what is my boundaries, what is my standards. In reality, it's actually about clarity, and that clarity creates emotional safety.
Exactly. And don't see it as you setting your boundaries and the other person must just fall in with it. It's actually a co-creation. It's a collaboration. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. It is about finding each other in this new situation. So it's almost like taking a ball of clay and together you are molding it into what it can be as a relationship.
Yeah, I always say it's like 2 worlds becoming one. You know, and you can't create a new world if you don't actually let people know what is your expectations of that world.
What's the boundary of that world? What's allowed and what's not allowed in there? Exactly. So if this resonated with you and you would like to learn a bit more about how to set boundaries, look out for our videos in the series on self-respect and boundaries. And like and subscribe so that you can get more content and more tips on how to create healthy, sustainable relationships. See you in the next one.